What is patchwork quilting? If you've ever been fascinated by the colorful and intricate designs of quilts, you might be wondering what patchwork quilting is all about. Let's break it down and explore this fascinating craft. Patchwork quilting is a technique where small pieces of fabric are sewn together to create a larger design or pattern. This method originated as a way to make use of leftover scraps of fabric, but today, fabric is often purchased specifically for a particular design. When creating a patchwork quilt, you start by cutting out individual pieces of fabric. These pieces can be geometric shapes like squares, triangles, or circles, or more complex designs. The fabrics can be arranged in various patterns, such as the Bargello technique, which creates a wave-like effect using fabrics in different shades of the same color. One of the interesting aspects of patchwork quilting is the variety of techniques you can use. For example, the Baltimore patchwork technique involves appliqué, where pieces of fabric are layered on top of a base fabric and then sewn down. This technique often features floral designs and bright colors. Another technique is chain piecing, which is an efficient way to stitch patchwork pieces together. You feed the fabric pieces one by one into your sewing machine without cutting the thread between them, making the process quicker and more streamlined. Once you have your patchwork pieces, you assemble them into blocks or sections. These blocks are then layered with a layer of insulation wadding, known as batting, and a backing material. The 3 layers are stitched together, either by hand or by machine, in a process called quilting. The quilting can either follow the patchwork design or be an independent pattern that complements the patchwork. There are several quilting techniques that can alter the texture and appearance of the quilt. For instance, trapunto involves stuffing additional batting into specific sections of the quilting, while cording uses cotton cording or yarn to create channels in the quilt. Stipple quilting involves dense, closely spaced stitches that compress the batting, giving the quilt a unique texture. For those who prefer a more casual approach, there's the tie method, where heavy thread or yarn is used to tie the 3 layers together at various points across the quilt's surface. Patchwork quilting is not just about creating a functional item, it's also an art form that can tell stories and commemorate important events. Quilts have been used to mark family milestones such as marriages and births, and even played a role in history, like the Underground Railroad quilts that were used to signal safe houses. In summary, patchwork quilting is a versatile and creative way to turn small pieces of fabric into beautiful, functional works of art. Whether you're using traditional techniques or modern methods, the process of creating a patchwork quilt is both rewarding and enjoyable.